Balancing a personal budget is no easy task, especially when that budget is tight. That's why a new Duluth nonprofit decided to help families with their checkbooks and goals through a special workshop. Northern News Now's Isabella Zadra enrolls us in Budgeting 101.
Akia Shipman and her 7-month-old daughter are new to Duluth and thankful for all the resources their new city provides, including the Budgeting 101 workshop Shipman attended on Tuesday.
I had multiple jobs. I was trying to run a business, but I still didn't have enough money to basically live.
Duluth nonprofit Ignite, Empower, Transform, with the help of Northern Community Credit Union, hosted their first literacy workshop, focusing on helping people learn more about basic finance.
Number one thing to look out for too with a lender is they want to hear the story behind the numbers.
Created by the NAACP, IET started back in July. The nonprofit works on responding to disparities in the BIPOC area while focusing on economic empowerment. Carla Hamilton is the assistant coordinator and is thrilled to be an outlet for those looking for help.
Our organization is changing and growing depending on the needs of our community, but we really want to get in there and let people know you're not the problem. The systems are the problem.
On top of teaching these classes, the IET works with people one-on-one. Tiffany Fenner is also a part of the nonprofit and says it's important for organizations to provide that personal touch.
Giving them a list of like, here's a bunch of phone numbers to go call, and good luck with that. But we're actually holding the space, making the phone calls, helping them do the paperwork.
Shipman said she will continue to attend communities events such as the budgeting workshop, saying she has a lot to learn, but there's no better way of doing it than with face-to-face connections.
Once I found these resources within a community, everything started to brighten up.
In Duluth, Isabella Zadra, Northern News Now.
IET plans to offer other workshops and resources for the community. You can learn how to get involved on our website.